Howdy guys, welcome to Shelby Wright Garage and part 15 of the scrap metal Landau build. So the last episode we touched on the fact that we're going to have to start dealing with the C-pillars, so let's go and take a closer look at what we've got to do this episode. And just quickly guys, we've now got some merch available if you want to help support the channel. We've got them in 3 different colours and a whole bunch of sizes, and they're available for 45 bucks delivered anywhere in Australia. And of course these are in conjunction with our other methods of support, including our PayPal account if you wish to donate directly, and of course our Will It Start content. We're always looking for new vehicles to get up and running, so make sure you check out our links in the description for all the details, and if you send us through a photo of you wearing our merch, we'll chuck that up in one of our videos as well. Back to our main content. So we do have ourselves a bit of an order of procedure for assembly here. So when the factory took care of the C-pillar, they actually did have the entire C-pillar of the quarter panel, and then this infill panel went on top, and they were spot welded together whilst this entire inner structure was completely absent. So this presents a bit of a challenge for us. It's going to mean that in our order of procedure today is we need to do this panel before we do our outer skin, and once we have both of these panels ready to go and welded in together, we need to remove our inner frame in order to access inside to do our spot welds, and of course to dress the inner skin. But of course guys, before we remove these inner C-pillars, we will also need to take care of things like our parcel tray ends. We have our sedan donor for the middle piece as well, and the reason being is that everything is perfectly lined up right now. We will take advantage of this by having these fabricated, so that once these are fabbed and then we do the outer C-pillar panels, we can then remove these inners for the final time before actually looking at fabricating the entirety in an upcoming video. So that's our order of the day. Let's hook in. And so we have ourselves 2 templates here. They're both the driver's side. This one in my right hand is the original of the Landau and correct for XA and XB, and this one here is an XC unit, and I thought I'd just take the time to show you the subtle little differences between the models. So as we take ourselves a closer look, you can see the XC unit has itself a hole here and another hole here, and that's for the retractable seatbelt option. And once we flip them over, you can see the XC unit also has a reinforcement square, and the actual original plain seatbelt style mount is a little bit different as well. So of course we're going to spend our time focusing on the correct Landau one. This is the driver's one, it's the only decent template we've got, so like always we'll focus just on this side for the camera and make sure we do the other side off film at the same time. And so we'll start off these panels with our seatbelt recess, and we're going to go and use the bead roller to help make our start for this pressing. Pretty happy with that result. And next up, we need to do our uprights for the end of the parcel tray. And of course, we've got to weld our seatbelt brackets in as well. Spot weld them in from underneath. Here's our result, nice and easy. Off to the sedan parcel tray, turn it into a hardtop unit. And that'll line it up. Happy bloody days. And on to phase two. It's time to take care of our infill panels, both inner and out. We will start off with the inners first off, and we're going to do both sides as per usual, but we're going to focus on the left hand side for the cameras. like that. Got both inner sides done. Too bloody easy. Time to move on to our outers. And here they are. Both inner and outer, all sorted. Both sides looking exactly like they're meant to. Bloody beautiful. So to kick off the third part of this video, we're here at the storage yard. We're going to take ourselves a template of this C-pillar using some cardboard. And a few of you probably recognise this hardtop. About every 6 months or so it does the rounds on some of these Ford forums and Ford groups. And it is the flower pot hardtop. It's the one that was a garden ornament. It's here, it's saved. We'll take care of that for a future project. Anyhow, let's hook in. And whilst we're here and templating, we need to actually measure this little piece here. It runs up and along the pillar at about this height. Unfortunately, as we have a closer look, the gutter piece for the regular hard top covers everything, so we don't know how far deep this panel goes or how high, and likewise we're not knowing how deep the quarter panel goes in either. However, when we now swap over to the passenger side of one of our Landaus, we can see that this is the height of the piece that curves around at the quarter, and this is the depth of our actual quarter panel as well, and they do split here, and there is a minor overlap as it keeps going all the way down to the bottom. So now that we can measure that, happy days, back to the workshop. Now that we're back at home base, we've got our templating all lined up. It's fitting pretty well. So now when we pop this out the way, this is our little panel that we've got to make, and that's going to tuck in and sit up in there. We'll pop this out of the way, and it will pretty much sit exactly like that. So let's get them both welded in, and then we can tackle our main piece. And that's easy done. And that'll wrap them up. Considering how wobbly they were from being a convertible and previously welded, I think that'll do. And that'll have to wrap us up, guys. We are out of time. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We've got quite a bit of progress happening here, which I'm really bloody happy with. The next episode for the Landau build, we're going to make sure we tackle the rest of the C-pillar area. So that's going to be all of our inner bracings. We're going to do some other parts that you haven't really touched on yet as well. But the entire lot should be completely fabricated from scratch, and we're going to put the whole lot together in the next episode. Now, next week we're going to be focusing on deathbed again. I know that we did mention that we are looking at doing some work on death proof. I'm going to make the outrageous claim that the rally for the last one of the year is probably going to be cancelled with all this crappy rain and weather we've been having. Other reason being is we've just dropped a huge amount of coin on the last parts truck as well. We've got a very special donor vehicle lined up for deathbed, and that's what we will be focusing on next week. Make sure you join us for that. Like always, like, share and subscribe. Catch you on the next one. Cheers, guys. Don't you get caught, you prick. Son of a bitch. That's wild as fuck. Fuck you. You fucking line up, you prick. Oh. God, I've gone way off again. Fuck you. Oh, you motherfucker. Son of a bitch. Seriously, cat? What are you doing? Hey? You right up there?